Oliver Rusing. Oliver Rusing. KariBow. Greetings, viewer. I'm Peter Scove, the presenter for Music is a Journey. On today's episode, we are presenting KariBow. The band KariBow. Yes, that's the name, and I know that's the name. Now, before we start, I would like to say a little something at the beginning. Throughout the video, I was, mispronouncing the name of the band. Yes, I was calling them KariBow. I know the name of the band is KariBow. I know that. I know that because the band got its name when one of the members had been to Africa, and he said that in where he had been, the people greeted each other by saying KariBow. Now I can imagine that. I can imagine these tall, stately African people walking around saying KariBow, KariBow, not KariBow, KariBow. So I mean, I know that story and I know the pronunciation of the band, so why did I get it wrong? I don't know. Why didn't I just re-record the video? Well, to be honest, it was take 2, and it wasn't until I was putting the whole thing together at the end that I realized my grave error. So, with all due respect to Oliver and the band KariBow, my sincere apologies for mispronouncing the name of the band. Alright, now let's get on with episode 4 of Music is a Journey. Well, I mean, it could have been worse, right? I mean, I could have been calling Michael Sadler Adam Sandler or something like that. Greetings, viewers! We are here with Music is a Journey, episode 4, and today we're talking about one man, one band, Oliver Rusing and KariBow. So, without further ado, cue the music.
One breakdown in 2 lines, 3 rescue calls, 4 warning signs. I'm haunted by my 5 big fears like coming home. 6 lies in 7 days, 8 times the choice, 9 different ways. For 10 long years and nothing feels like coming home.
KariBow and Oliver Rusing. Okay, actually I originally wanted to do this show featuring KariBow as well as some other artists. However, my recording schedule got a little bit messed up. The day that I wanted to do the recording, bunch of things happened. And on top of the list was, a visitor was coming to the house in the afternoon and I had to help the wife clean up the house. Another reason was, I found out I had to go to work an hour earlier than usual that day. And a third reason was, I was having a bad hair day. Do I have bad hair days? I don't know. Are you sure? Does it look okay? I don't know. I feel like... Can I pass me the... Thanks. I should put this on? I don't know. Something like this? No? Let's do it another day, okay? Forget it. I'm having a bad hair day. Another day. No, every day's a bad hair day. Anyway, let's get talking about Oliver Rusing and KariBow. So, have you heard about KariBow? Well, if not, let me give you a little rundown on the history. First of all, we're talking about Oliver Rusing. He is a German musician, multi-instrumentalist. He started out basically as a drummer. However, these days you can often see him in front of the stage playing the guitar and singing, also doing keyboards. However, he does also play drums and bass on the studio albums. Now then, he also contributed his drums to the Colin Tench project, and Colin Tench played on one of his albums, and so that's how Oliver ties in with this series, which we opened with Colin Tench, and we have been continuing with musicians who have worked with him, or musicians who have worked with musicians who have worked with Colin Tench. But anyway, this is about KariBow. So, I'm going to tell you about the band. Alright, first of all, I'm going to show you this. This is the 20 Years of Music and Passion, 1997 to 2017, KariBow.com book that came out just at the end of 2017. And if we look at the back cover here, we can find all the KariBow albums as well as other albums that Oliver has done. And we go way back to 1989 with the Oliver Rusing Waterfront CD. And from there on we have OMR Works, OMR Works Echo Sessions. Looks like we have Supernatural Foe vocalized, and then in 1999 the first KariBow album. Now KariBow were actually formed in 1997, as it says on the cover, and started out as a 6-piece band. However, as the years went by, or the next couple of years anyway, members began to leave for various personal reasons, and by the end there was only Oliver and one other member, and then finally that other member went off as well, and KariBow basically became Oliver's project of passion. I think it was more than just a hobby. He did continue to do some drumming, and I believe there was a photo in here of him doing some workshop or something where he was doing some drumming. First decade of 2000, when he performed experimental drum arrangements in a live environment. Okay, there you have it. All right. So KariBow continued basically as Oliver's pet project until finally in 2011 when he did an album called Man of Rust. His very wise wife came up with a plan, and she said, "Oliver, my little potato, I think you've got to get your music out there." Okay, wait a minute. Oliver Rusing is German, so I'm going to assume that his wife is probably also German, so she probably didn't speak with an Irish or Scottish accent. It was probably more like something like, Oliver, you need to get your music out there, meine kleine Kartoffel. And that's starting to sound a little bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, well anyway, nothing about Oliver's wife, but again, anyway, she said, get your music out there, and encouraged him to send his album out, and so he submitted it to the German Rock and Pop Awards, and he won award for Best Arrangement. Well, by this time he thought it's time to get a live band together, so in 2012 he did, and then in 2014 he recorded an album called Addicted, which he also submitted to the German Rock and Pop Awards, and he won Best Progressive Act. So, obviously, when Oliver puts his music out for other people to hear, he gets recognition. And the next album, 2016, Holophonium, it was basically the point where KariBow just started to take off with great success. And a very important thing about that album, that was the first album where he actually had guests appearing on the album. I think first time in a long time that it wasn't just him. And that's where Colin Tinch comes in. And other people like Sean Timms from Unitopia and Southern Empire. Oh gosh, now all the names are escaping me. Of course, Michael Sadler. Michael Sadler, vocalist for the legendary Canadian band Sega. I happen to have a book here. Might have to do a show about them sometime in the future. As well as a few, oops, a daisy, as well as a few other Beware of Falling rock. Okay, this is a rock show, right? As well as some other artists. So, what I would like to do now is to take a look at Man of Rust. And this is very important because this album actually sold out on CD pretty quickly. And so in 2016, at the end of the year, Oliver revisited the album. He went ahead, he re-recorded a few bits and did some remixing and so on, remastering, and came up with Man of Rust 2016 version. So now let's take a look at Ceremony, which is one of my favorites, Drowned in Delay, and The North Wall Tale. Let's listen to some 30-second clips from those tracks.
Just another ceremony. Come see what you want. Just another ceremony. Be a part of the ritual. Just another ceremony. Come see what you want.
Okay, the next album after that was, as I mentioned, Addicted, and here it is. And one of the things I guess I'll point out about Oliver is that he does all the artwork in his albums. Big fold out, there's a little booklet in here. It's really a wonderful package. And we're going to now listen to, 16 tracks on this one, by the way, 78 minutes, 38 seconds running time. We're going to check out a little bit from On Liquid Terrain, The Violent Plains, and 916. So let's listen to those. Okay, 2016's Holophinium. Now this was quite a fabulous effort here. As I said, there are several guests on here as well. This is a double album. The disc 1 is called The Fragments, and this is like a regular KariBow album. Bunch of great songs. But if we take a look at disc 2, Letter from the White Room, this is actually one single song divided into several different tracks. So this is quite a package, and this actually sold out, and they actually had to make a revised version, or not revised, but anyway, new version of it, which also sold out. So if you can get your hands on this, even just the download, this is really fantastic stuff here, and I would like you to hear now. What would I like you to hear? River, a bit of the song River, which features Michael Sadler as vocals. On vocals, we have King, and then also Quantum Leap from disc 1. And we have a feline visitor. Karama, you want to come up on camera? You don't want to come up on camera today. Okay, he's going to meow in the background. Meanwhile, please enjoy the music.
The fractured side of me is in control, and my broken parts recall their rise and fall. Well, come on, reach out your helping hand.
success of 2016's Holophinium and the re-release of Man of Rust, KariBow released From Here to the Impossible in 2017. We have more guests on here. Sean Timms returns, as well Merrick Arnold, who has played and is still playing in quite a list of bands, keyboard player and sax player, and his contribution on here I think it really caught my attention and got me into some of the bands he's in. So we're going to talk about Sean Timms and Merrick Arnold in a future episode. Also on here is Monique Vanderkolk, vocalist for the band Harvest. I actually don't know about Harvest music, but I am going to check them out because I think Monique does an absolute wonderful job on here. Her voice really adds something to the KariBow sound. So fantastic stuff. We are going to check this out now, taking a look at some of the songs. Okay, I don't remember what I said I was going to do because, okay, Inside You, because that actually won an award from the American Academia or something like that. Yeah, KariBow was selected for an award there. Also Black Air, which has a beautiful introduction. And I forget what the other one was. I'll figure it out and you'll hear it. Anyway, here are the 30-second clips. I'll put the song titles in for you.
Wake up inside you in a world of amber tears. Wake up inside you, touchdown and everywhere. Feel the tension grow in every cell.
Okay, we have one more album to talk about, as there are 5 KariBow albums that are available on CD. This is The Unchosen, released end of 2017, I guess it was, early 2018, somewhere right around the border there. The Unchosen, why? Well, because these are tracks that were recorded for previous albums, but in the end were not selected. And Oliver has told me before that he writes dozens of songs for each album and then has to narrow it down to something like 12 to 15 songs here. So there's a lot of stuff that KariBow fans want to hear that we just never get a chance to hear, and now some of them appear on this album. Again, it's always great stuff, and the sound remains consistently KariBow, yet each album has a flavor, and even this one here, I guess it's because it's a variety of songs from different years. I don't know, this album to me just still has its own atmosphere. There's a lot of very typical type KariBow songs, which is basically melodic rock, like AOR rock style, but also with lots of extra bits that give it that progressive sound. I would like to pick out Plutonian, the acoustic version. The original version appears on Holophinium, and yeah, a fabulous song, but the acoustic one here, Oliver really nails it with his voice. It's beautiful. Also, Remember. I want to play 2 parts of November because I really got caught on the introduction. However, later on, the song really gets pumping, so I'm going to play 2 parts from that one. And then at last, Pure, which remains my favorite track from this album, and my favorite part I'm going to play. It's probably going to go over 30 seconds, but it's necessary for you to hear that.
I know that you wanted, I know you always knew, Plutonian. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, you're not from this world. You're not from this world. You're not from this world.
Okay, so also I should point out that when The Unchosen came out, so did the booklet that I mentioned earlier, and new t-shirts. So Oliver said to the fans in the KariBow Facebook fan group, wouldn't it be nice if somebody made a video opening the package? And so I decided, okay, I'm going to order the package with the CD and the book and order a t-shirt. And then when I get it, I'll make a video. And I actually put that video up even before I started this whole Music is a Journey channel. So what I'm going to do now is go over and find a bit of that clip and tuck it in. And then you can see what happened when I opened the package and what I got. Now, let's open and take a look at the contents. I'm pretty excited because usually when I order from KariBow, I order their latest CD. This package has a little bit something extra. And let's see here. The first item, which I am removing from the package, is 20 years of music and passion. 20 years. Well, okay, so we have this beautiful book here with all sorts of lovely color pictures. The band has been doing really well the last 2 years, touring with Saga, working together with Southern Empire and 7 Steps to the Green Door, and probably others too. Colin Tench has worked with them. Whole bunch of stuff. Look at all these wonderful color photos right here. And in between all this, there's a little bit of text, probably explaining the history or a little story behind each album and each of the steps along the way. Oh, there's lots of stuff in here. So this is, wow, look at all that. Definitely some good reading material here to look into. So maybe item number 2. Well, let's see here. Let's fish out the CD from this pack. It is hiding in here. Whoa, it's not just a CD. Check it out. A postcard from Oliver, one of his photographs there. You can find these on Facebook, actually. Hi, Peter. Thank you very much for your support. Enjoy the Kari book, the t-shirt. There's a t-shirt in here, too. And the album, Oliver. Awesome. Oh, and there's a picture on the back, too. Great. Well, I'll add that to my Oliver postcard collection. And then, of course, here is, I believe it's a postcard showing the album cover. for The Unchosen, and on the back side here, promotion for the album. Cool. Yeah, I gotta get a little postcard book now to start keeping all these. And of course, here it is, the CD itself. Let's see, we have 12 tracks on here. Total running time of 71 minutes and 6 seconds. Okay, here we go. A KariBow t-shirt. KariBow, The Unchosen. Awesome. This is going on today. I'm gonna wear this to work today. So there you have it. The 5 available albums of KariBow now. Holofinium, I think, is temporarily out again, out of print, but probably you're going to find it sooner or later. At least you can get the download. There's the book. I think copies are still available. Here's the latest t-shirt. Check out the band. If the music you've heard today has impressed you, I say go ahead and find out more. You can visit them at, I think it's www.karibow.com. Order your merchandise, CDs, and music there. I really enjoy the band, I really enjoy the music, and Oliver's nice guy. Right on. Okay, and next time we're going to be talking about more people, so thanks a lot for watching today, and everybody, catch you next time.